Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin. Welcome back to their Call of Duty World War II video. Now today, I told you guys yesterday that there was going to be some big announcements as far as divisions go. They came out today. And they are a lot. I thought it was just going to be announcing a new division. It's not that at all. They are completely revamping the divisions or the create a class system basically in Call of Duty World War II. There is a lot to talk about in today's video. So I'm going to give you guys all the new stuff that's updated. And these updates will come out on April 10th or next Tuesday. If you guys could smack a like on this video, let's go for 89 likes. That would be amazing if everyone could smack that like button. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and not already subscribed. A lot of stuff to talk about. All of the divisions are changed. And they did a good job, Sledgehammer Games, at basically describing each of these changes, why they were done, and how it will affect the gameplay. So there's quite a few changes, but I'm going to break down the main part of stuff that we need to know. So Sledgehammer Games has announced a major update to division system, which will go live on April 10th. The new level ranking unlocks for each division in Call of Duty World War II. So basically, the first thing now is that the bayonet, the suppressor that come with your SMGs, assault rifles, those are now going to be normal attachments, and the tripod for the LMG, the steady scope for the snipers, I believe those will come straight up with that weapon as they come. Now, because of those, they've basically added, they've taken away that attachment part of certain ones of these divisions, and they've added 4 new, well, they're not 4 new, some of them are the same, but 4 different, they've changed the perks of each division. So I'll go through and I'll read them all quickly. A lot of them are going to be similar, but there's some slight changes. The Infantry Division, now, you get an additional primary attachment, second pistol attachment, and swap weapons faster. While aiming down sights, you have less idle sway, and you move faster while aiming. So it looks like they've taken away the one where you get the extra ammo at the start, which I really don't like that they took that away. But as far as these changes here, you can see you have a second pistol attachment and the ability to swap weapons faster, which will be fairly helpful with this class setup with the division, especially if you run out of ammo and have to swap to that secondary a lot quicker. It will allow you to probably not run extended mags on certain assault rifles, and these are some good changes for infantry. For Airborne Division, you can fire guns while sprinting and diving, you can reload while sprinting, climb over obstacles faster and no damage from falling, and sprint faster over time. So some good changes to the Airborne Division overall, which basically allows you to run and gun a lot better than before, and those are the changes. I think the Airborne Division will still work probably the best with shotguns or SMGs. Next one is the Armored Division. Now this one got a huge buff, and this is probably going to be the go-to division. Of course, with all these changes, I'm going to make like top new best class setup videos, top 5 best class setups, top 5 best guns with the new class setups, and this is going to change a lot. This is going to revamp the whole meta for the game. Armored Division. Take significantly less explosive and fire damage. Very, very helpful. Basically the powerful version of Hunker. Immune to shell shock and tactical equipment, which is also huge. You'll see why when I read out more of the changes. Increased bullet penetration through surfaces. You literally get free FMJ with Armored, which is crazy. And number 4, greatly reduced flinch when shot. They basically made Armored the go-to division. You have less flinch, free FMJ, immune, basically tac mask, and flak jacket, or Hunker in this game. Amazing. Armored Division is one that's pretty much been untouched, and I'm probably going to have to start leveling this one up because this is going to be the go-to division with these new class setups, especially with how strong nades are and, domination in the game that I play. Next one, Mountain Division. What was changed with the Mountain Division? These are the 4 new ones. Invisible to enemy recon aircraft and controlled streaks. Killed enemy death locations hidden. No name or reticle change when enemies aim at you. And silent movement. So this one basically encompasses everything of a stealth class. Very similar. You'll see these divisions follow the same prefixes as before. They're just slightly buffed or nerfed or changed, you could say, overall. That's the Mountain Division. The Expeditionary Division, you now get double lethal plus tactical and enhanced equipment use, which I believe enhanced equipment use means that you'll probably be able to throw it farther. Munitions replenished from killed enemies and over time. So that's basically like scavenger, I guess you could say, and maybe that's why they took off the extra bullets on the infantry one, because they're trying to buff Expeditionary and Armored, which were some of the least used ones. Improved tacticals and easier to destroy war buildables, so this will probably be the go-to division in war. And equipment damage paints enemies on minimap, which can be huge. Basically will paint them sort of like how Recon Pro did in MW3. Next division, Resistance Division, which is the first DLC one. Minimap indicator and scrambler of close hostiles. Enemy movements are easier to hear, which is a huge thing. Kills and assists grant intel ping of nearby enemies. Easier to spot targets and increased mini-map coverage. So that's insane. Whenever you get a kill or assist, you get a little ping out on your map. I don't remember which COD actually had, was it Infinite Warfare? I don't know, a certain COD had this. That's going to be really, really good, and increased mini-map coverage. Literally, this is some good balancing changes, and there's going to be some great, like, all these divisions sound good to me now, instead of just infantry and armor, infantry and airborne usually, and then if you're sniping mountain. So these are some good changes. There's also some other changes that have been added for the game overall, I guess you could say. Basically, what they've done, the game overall, is they've added unlimited sprint. I'll read through each of it. So the LMG bipod and sniper sharpshooter are automatically available when using LMG or sniper. The other weapon class attachments are selectable in create a class. The bayonet, the suppressor on SMGs, each of those if you want to use. Each of the divisions has a 4th perk now, and their levels have been adjusted and rebalanced. We just went through that. All players now will have unlimited sprint, and the sprint speed is a slightly slower. So this is a huge adjustment. I think that unlimited sprint is something that should be in a boots on the ground Call of Duty. The adjustment now is the global sprint speed was reduced from it's now 1.3 times instead of 1.4 times. So like a 7% nerf to sprint, how fast you're sprinting. But of course, if you're using like airborne, you're going to sprint faster over time, or different basic trainings. And the fact is now everyone has unlimited sprint, which I think is overall awesome and will increase basically the playability, or I guess you could say the pace of the game. Definitely very, very good. Next thing is that there's a 3rd primary attachment for all loadouts. Yes, you heard that right. Basically, primed was a little bit overpowered in the competitive side of things. And the thing with primed is that it would allow you to get that extra attachment and the reduced flinch. So what they've done is now you just get 3 attachments straight up on each of your guns. So if you want to use a bayonet or the silencer on, SMGs or ARs, you can do that. Or if you want to switch it off and just run 3 new attachments, you can do that. This is also huge because it adds for the infantry division, you're going to be getting 4 4 attachments, because on every other gun you get 3, infantry adds an extra 4. So a bunch of this is changing the game and making the game fast-paced overall. That is very, very good, and I like that. Also, 1 piece of both lethal and tactical equipment will be available for all loadouts. Not really a big fan of this, this will increase grenade spam, but hey, I'm probably going to be rocking that armor division anyway, so that will be kind of helpful for me. Launchers can be equipped for all loadouts. The rifle grenade is now an available attachment on rifles. Of course, this update doesn't come out till April 10th, but that is basically what we were talking about before. It's going to be like a noob tube grenade launcher. Don't know why they're really adding that, but that's now available. Suppressor is now an available attachment for pistols. The pistol suppressor has a 15% range reduction versus the SMG's 30% range reduction, and primed and bang are now taken out of basic trainings because basically they've been added to different parts of these divisions, and if you used a prestige token on either of those, it is now refundable, and your associated challenges are auto-completed. There are 2 new basic trainings that are added as well. Blitzkrieg, which is streaks are earned by kills instead of score, and streaks are improved, and select a 4th streak. So this is the score streak buff here. You have to run this basic training. It kind of sucks. I wish they would have added the ability to run 2 basic trainings. That would have made this update absolutely insane. But with that Blitzkrieg, you can now basically, it's a huge score streak buff. You get 4 streaks. They're buffed. They're earned by kills. Definitely going to be some testing on that to see if that is as overpowered as it sounds. And Clandestine. Slain enemies drop intel packs that reveal nearby hostiles. Bonus intel ping at the start of each life. So if you kill an enemy, I guess it drops like a scavenger pack, but it's not a scavenger pack. If you run over that pack, boom, you get a little ping and can see where nearby enemies are. So these could be overpowered. And of course, going to have to be testing those out. The one thing I don't like is on infantry, I believe they took off the ability to move faster while aiming down sights, which really does, oh no, they have that on infantry. But, wait, that's really good. But if you run Armor Division, you're going to have to run the basic training that does that. So, on Infantry and Airborne are still going to be good. Armored is going to be really good, but you're probably going to have to use it with like an SMG, unless you're fine with a slow strafing speed on a LMG or a rifle. Some good changes overall. Definitely is increasing the customizability, and I'm going to have to play around with these setups when they come out and then make a video on that. So, that's what we have as far as, different changes to this game. The frag and sticky grenade were also, their max damage was nerfed by 10%. Shell shock and earthquake effects from lethal equipment were also significantly reduced, and there also was a little bit of a nerf to all of the tactical equipment because now they're going to be so much more prevalent in the game. They've also made some slight changes to different amounts of basic trainings because, of course, energetic instead of sprinting in sooner because there's unlimited sprint, and now we'll have increased sprint speed. Forage adds extra magazines and resupply bullets over time instead of swap weapons faster, and Ordnance adds killed enemies drop streak packs that filled your meter, removes reroll your own care package. So Ordnance, a bunch of stuff has changed, a bunch of stuff seems to be overpowered, and I can't wait for this update. I was asking for the ability to use 2 or 3 basic trainings. This is a little bit different approach that they took to it, but it still is in the right direction and some really good steps to improve the customization of this game and increase the pace. So hope you guys will enjoy today's video. Of course, we're going to have to wait and see once this all comes out. I'm going to make a ton of videos on this stuff because April 10th, big day for the updates. Thanks for watching, guys. Smack a like if you guys made it to the end of the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And sub for Cookie and Don't Lookie. And I'm out. Peace.